All right, first off, I'm super excited to be here, and I'd like to say thank you to Miss Shefe and to the entire Retreat team. It's so beautiful to see women, bold women in the room. Please, can you give yourself a round of applause? All right, first off, I want to attack the person that used those pictures. I was wondering, where did you get them from? LinkedIn, right? Anyways, can I have my slides, please? Okay, thank you very much. So today I'll be talking about one topic that changed my life, right? One topic that I always love to talk about because if not for technology, I would not be standing here today. See, when they were reading my bio, I was so emotional, right? Because I remember 2 years ago, I was also like a lot of us seated here. I would attend events, be so motivated and be like, I also want to stand on stages. I also want to inspire women. I want to inspire the world. But I didn't know how I was going to do it, right? But technology gave me that leverage. And please, a lot of us attend events, right? You've listened to that powerful speech from Gloria, right? And you'll be motivated, right? You'll be so inspired. You'll be so hungry for growth, right? But immediately you get home, you're back to default. Thank you. God bless you. You're back to default. It happened to me too a lot of times, right? So I can relate. You'll be so motivated, you'll be inspired, but immediately you get home, you're back to default. Just distractions here and there, and before you know it, you've forgotten that you were at an event like this. You're going to spend about, let's say, 4 to 5 hours, right, at this event. Don't let it be a waste of time. Not just now, of course you will learn, but for your future, please. That's going to be the first thing I would like to say today, right, before I start. I want you to know that you can move to the next, please. Okay, I want you to know that technology is no longer optional. It's not something that you say, okay, I don't really need to know technology tools, right? I don't really need to build my brand. It's not necessary. I had that mindset, right? So I can relate to a lot of things. I'm going to be saying a lot of things that a lot of people in the room, right, will be able to relate to today. So technology is no longer optional. You have to get on board. It's compulsory. And that's one of the main reasons why we're having this retreat, right? You can't say that, oh, I'm going to wait, or it doesn't really matter, right? Why? Because the world no longer rewards just talent. It rewards what? Visibility, adaptability, and digital competence. There are a lot of us that are very good at what we do. Some of you are even better than I am. But the opportunity, you keep complaining that, oh, the opportunities are not coming because you are not visible. I remember listening to a particular woman, right, a motivational speaker, and she said something that you're too broke to not be visible. Some of you actually, right, there was a time I was very, very broke, but I would always say, oh, I'm shy, I'm this, I'm that, I don't want people to see me, I don't know what to say, I don't know this, I don't know that. But I was broke. I don't want to say, before you say, she's calling me broke, but it's the truth. At that time, I was so broke, but I was so shy. You're too broke to say that, oh, I don't want to know what technology is, right? And one thing I want you to know that every major opportunity today, from global jobs to collaborations, is powered on digital platforms. How many times have you seen someone come to your room and say, oh, I think I can feel that you're a writer, I want to give you a job. Does that happen? It's not possible. You find them on the internet, right? You find them on the internet. That is why it is very much important to get on board. And lastly, if you're not leveraging technology, you are leading with limits, right? You're very much limited, and you have to get on board because you no longer need permission to lead. All you need is what? Purpose, vision, and your phone. You don't even need a laptop. I didn't start with a laptop. I told you I was very broke. And just like she said, right, you need vision, you need a desire. You need something that will push you. I remember that time, right, I recently graduated. You saw that was the last day of exam. That's sash that I wear on my neck. I'm convocating next week. Praise the Lord. You guys are not clapping. It's not easy. So, at that time, it was in 100, 200 level. And every time I would always have to call my parents for money. I don't have money. I don't do this. I needed to buy a lot of things. And it wasn't so, most of the times I would have to wait for a week to get, even if it was a little amount of money. Then I knew that I had to take charge. I had to take charge of my life. So there are a lot of us here today. You would have, something has to push you. You just have to find it, right? Mine was where I was coming from. I knew that I can't afford to let my background, put my back on the ground. Do you understand? So please and please, you have to ensure that you're leveraging technology. If not, you would be leading with limits. Can we have the next slide, please? So now, this is a very powerful part, right? It might look cliche, but a lot of us are still using technology. We are not leveraging technology yet. And I want you to be very, very honest with me. How many of you said, okay, I'm going to spend 15 minutes on Instagram. Let me quickly watch this one reel. Let me just watch this video. And before you know it, 1 hour is gone. 2 hours. Thank you so much. You say, okay, I'll spend 15 minutes or 10 minutes. Actually, that's why I've never downloaded TikTok. I don't have TikTok on my phone because I know myself. If you know yourself, you have to create really rigid structures. Not like TikTok is bad. People are making millions on TikTok. But I know that the moment I download TikTok, I can spend my whole day there. Do you understand? So some of us are just using it. We scroll, and hours are going. Time is going. Right? Some of us are just consuming content. You just spend time on social media, you laugh. Okay, maybe you might not even laugh sometimes. You'll be motivated, you'll be pushed, you'll be pumped. Before you know it, you'll be back to default again. Some of us will just come to social media to seek motivation. But the real people are leveraging it. Instead of scrolling for fun, they are scrolling to learn. They're trying to learn something. They're trying to get better. Because they have a vision. Sometimes it's hunger that will push you. When you know that if I don't learn, if I don't sit down and give myself to learning, my future is at stake. So if you know yourself, so like me, like I said, I'm a Lapo baby. Some of us are Nepo babies, so you might not really need money like that, right? But for people that are Lapo babies like me, you have to sit down and give yourself to learning. If not, I hope you'll not regret it in Jesus' name. So the next thing, some of leveraging is consuming and creating content. Instead of you just consuming, right, you're also creating. Just like Gloria said, you don't need to start perfect. You don't need to wait till you have it all figured out. Let me tell you my story very quickly. I told you that in 200 level, I started with my phone. I didn't have a laptop. I didn't have anything. It was during the ASU strike. Thank God that there's no longer ASU strike again. That ASU strike was for almost a year. And I wasn't doing anything. And I didn't have a skill, right? The only thing that I knew how to do was to write. My phone wasn't even really good, too. So there was no way I could be using my phone to learn anything, right? And one day, I saw someone, she said she wanted to go on a writing challenge for 50 days. 50 days. How many of us have done 50 days writing challenge? You don't stop. Wow. I'm clapping for you. So, for 50 days, right? And the only thing that was driving me at that time was because I was not doing anything at the point. Right? I didn't have a skill. I didn't have money. I was just sitting down every time, doing nothing. And decided to start writing. When I started writing, I did not have a skill. I did not have a mentor. I started using LinkedIn, right? I did not have any social media following. I didn't even understand what LinkedIn is. A lot of people are always confused about LinkedIn when you first come to the platform, right? And I was so confused. But I still started like that. I didn't have any big stories. Not like as if I had, these stories thrive very on LinkedIn. Oh, I was not earning anything. I'm now earning $1 million. Or I didn't have a job. Those kind of celebratory posts. I didn't have those things. But I started with my little stories. A lot of us here will say, oh, I don't have to wait till I have a job. I want to wait till I'm perfect at my skill before I start posting. You're making a very big mistake. I did not have anything. I was just sharing what I was interested in, things I was trying to learn. Right, stuff I was reading. And before you knew it, I started from what? 0. People started to follow me. I'm like, what are these people following? It's not someone that has like results that you follow. And before you knew it, after a while, I got a speaking invite. When I saw the email, I was like, this person make a mistake. Most speakers are people that they always have results, right? And I remember checking through the other speakers, right? Other speakers that were invited. They were people that I had reached out to in the past. That, oh, I love your work online. I'm so inspired. I'm so motivated. I'm so this. And I was on the same panel session with them. And when I got there, I remember asking her, why? Why me? Because I was so confused. And what did she say? She said, your authentic story. There are a lot of people that are, there are a lot of people that are in that place that you are or that you were then, but they are not refusing to show up just because they think they have nothing. That's your story that you think it doesn't make sense. A lot of people need it. So most people, leveragers, right, they are consuming content and they are creating content. You carry something that the world has to see. Then the next thing, like I said, in systems, right, it's not enough to seek motivation, to just be motivated and after motivation you are doing nothing about it. But they build systems around their lives. They build systems to ensure that, I don't spend up to 30 minutes on my Instagram watching IG Reels, or I don't spend up to 15 minutes, or I don't even use social media throughout a month. They build systems, right? Okay, I want to focus on learning front-end development for 3 months, and I'm not distracted. Next slide, please. So ask yourself, are you using or are you leveraging? So how do you use technology for personal development? The first thing I said here is what? Learning and self-education. The internet has made things very easy. If you know that you don't have money to buy courses, there are free platforms. Free platforms that you can use. Give yourself to learning, right? There's YouTube. A lot of people are sleeping on YouTube because it's free. I know quite a number of friends that started their coding journey, their front-end journey, their back-end journey from YouTube. We have Coursera, we have Free Code Camp. There are some that I didn't even list here. We have Udacity, we have EDX, a lot of them, right? We even have classes online, podcasts, newsletters. We always, at least in a year, we should have about 10 free programs across the world trying to teach tech. Especially for women, right? We have a lot of programs for women just to ensure that more women get into the industry. Most people, especially women, don't want to get involved. I'm currently studying computer science, and out of 60-something of us, we are just eight girls. And most people, when I tell them I'm studying computer, they're like, why are you studying computer science? That thing's for guys. And I'm like, please, don't say that again. So tech is for you, right? It's for women. We need more women in the tech space. So one other thing that you can do using tech is to follow leaders who share wisdom, not just trends. Some of you, there's no trend that is happening right now that you don't know. There's nothing that is going on. You're always trendy. But the most important thing that you need for your life, for your future, you're not investing in it. So follow leaders who share wisdom, and you don't just follow them, but you start to gain from them. You start to learn from them. You start to use things that you start to apply them, right? You start to implement them. And also commit to learning something new every month, not even every month, every day of your life. Make sure that you're learning something. You're listening to a podcast, you're watching a video, you're just making sure that you're getting better every day. Another thing is personal branding and visibility. I can spend a whole day on this topic because this one is very important. Platforms like LinkedIn, X, Instagram can amplify your message. Like I said, I started with nothing, but I still decided to show up. And I used LinkedIn, right? From 0 followers, I grew to 200, and before you know it, I currently have 55,000. I didn't start from 55,000. I didn't even start from saying, okay, Buluatife, start growing on LinkedIn. You have 55,000 one day. If I had known that I have 55,000, I would have run. Maybe someone would have told me, I would have not done it because I was not interested in any kind of getting followers or whatever, or visibility. But it changed my life, right? The opportunities come to people that are visible. If you're just in your room, you're saying, oh, I know how to do this, I know how to do that, I can write, but you're not showing up. I can draw, but you're not showing up. How do we know who you are or what you do? So share your journey, your insights, your progress. You don't have to be perfect. Like I said, I didn't start from being perfect. I started from what? if there's any word like, I don't know what to call it, but you understand me, right? Build digital credibility that opens doors for you. From there, right, I started to get opportunities, job offers started to come to me. I remember a particular time that I wanted to apply for a social media job. I'm not even a social media manager, but just because of my LinkedIn profile. And I reached out to the person, and the person was like, oh, do you have a portfolio? Do you have this? Person was asking me a lot of questions. And I was like, I don't have a portfolio, but you can check my LinkedIn profile. And that was it. This person was, please, when are you going to resume? I'm like, calm down, I'm not even ready yet, right? But just because your online presence can serve as what? Your portfolio, you won't have to talk too much. They just come to your profile and the opportunities are coming to you. Whatever that you want, even what you don't want. For me, I didn't want speaking engagement or speaking invite, but it started to come because I see myself as that introverted person, shy person that can never ever speak in public. Because I had one experience in secondary school. And that's why you can't afford to allow your past define who you are. I'd seen myself, I'd written myself off completely. That, see, Bolu, you can't speak. You're not meant for the mic. But LinkedIn opened that door for me. LinkedIn allowed me to see that no matter what it is, you can still do great things. The next is also networking and mentorship. Right? Join digital communities that stretch you. There are a lot of communities that you can join. If you're doing writing, we have writing communities. We have tech communities, coding communities. We have dev career. We have, tech is on LinkedIn, my community, right? We have a lot of communities that you can join and you can learn, you can get opportunities from. I can't count how many job opportunities that my own personal platform has given out, right? You don't have to wait for mentorship. You can also learn through observation. Some of you just want, I just want this influencer to be my mentor. You reach out to each other, they will not reply you. You'll be like, maybe I'm not this, maybe I'm not good enough. Sometimes your mentors are even your classmates. You see your classmates doing so well in front end, in writing, but you're like, I'll be asking this one question. You're doing yourself a lot of harm. Sometimes you have to sit down and ask people that are around you, people that you say that are doing well. Humble yourself. Right? And you can also use technology to collaborate, right? I've collaborated with people across the world. I've not left my house, like I've not left Nigeria, right? But even my picture, the person that took my picture 2 to 3 years ago was like, your picture has even gone where I've not gone to. That's the power of technology. Next slide, please. So like I said, still leading beyond borders, how can you use leadership? Leadership in digital era, right? And as I already said, leadership is not about influence, but it's about position. It's not about position, but about influence, please. Right? And how exactly can you influence people? You're educating people, you're able to inspire, you're able to impact, no matter how small your story is. And beautiful, some of us even have big stories, but we are not sharing them. Right, because, and it's very, very harmful, it's very selfish, because there are a lot of people that need that story that you have. So, like I said, visibility also builds trust, and trust builds influence, and influence drives change. Next slide, please. I want us to go into the implementation. Yes, so how exactly, I've been saying a lot of things. So let's talk about practical strategies for implementation. And the first thing is to audit your digital presence. Google yourself, what shows up? When you Google yourself, what do you see? Are you seeing your profile? Are you seeing someone else? Or you're not even seeing, it's not even appearing at all. Then there's a problem. Google yourself, what shows up, right? And so you don't even need to have a website or something. Your LinkedIn is enough. If you can optimize your LinkedIn very well, when you Google yourself, you find your LinkedIn profile. Not even Instagram or X. I'll always preach LinkedIn. Please, after this event, go and take your LinkedIn seriously, please. Then the next is also to ensure that you make your platforms reflect your values and your vision. Have something that you stand for. Then let your platforms, everything that you do, revolve around that, right? Then the next is to stop scrolling aimlessly and start learning intentionally. If you can spend hours on TikTok, you can spend 1 hour learning a new skill. Replace distraction with direction. A lot of us are distracted. And most of the times you have to sit with yourself and ask yourself the right questions. That this distraction, is it helping me? You know, there are some times that you spend hours on, those days, right? I'll spend hours on Instagram, and after that, I'll just sit down and be like, Bolu, this thing that you're doing, it's not helping your life. But you can't really stop. And that was because there was really nothing driving me, there was really nothing pushing me. But the moment I found my vision, right, and after finding your vision, create structures around it to ensure that you're able to replace distraction with direction. One thing that helps me is a to-do list. Right? Write your tasks for the day. You can even add the time frame to ensure that from so time to so time, I don't miss it. I don't distract myself with something else. Please and please. There are some times that you can even write out your vision. You write it plain. So immediately you are distracted with TikTok or with Instagram, you look at it. See, if you continue with this TikTok, you are not going to get here. Then another is to track your growth. You can track your growth with tech. You can use Notion, right? You can use Notion to do a tracker for the month, for the year. You can even use it to create to-do lists, right? Google Sheets too. We also have a lot of journaling apps to track your progress. Make sure that you are growing. You can't afford to be in the same place that you were, even the month before, not to even talk about a year before. You have to put in the effort to ensure that you are growing, right? There is enough progress. Then the next thing is to start sharing what you know. You don't have to be an expert, please. I don't know how to, I feel like kneeling down begging you guys. This really changed my life, right? Start sharing what you know, bit by bit, the small things, the small story, right? You don't know what, a lot of people need it, right? And even if a lot of people don't need, maybe you think that it's not important, you're helping yourself. It's just beautiful to go back and see that, so this is how I used to write. These are the designs I used to make before. And you can see growth, right? So please and please, start sharing what you know. You don't have to wait. And I already talked about joining digital communities, but part of spaces that challenge and inspire you, not just entertain you. You can't afford to waste your time to have the wrong conversations or spend your time in rooms that you should not be in. One thing that, just like I made a post a few days back, and I said, when God was going to change my life, right, it didn't start with opportunities. It started with the people. And conversations with those people started to change my mindset. Be part of rooms like this. Rooms that will make you leave. And that's why I said it's not enough to just listen and listen. You make up your mind to implement, not for yourself, but for your future. Please, next. Yes, so we have amazing women that are winning in technology. And I added this first woman because she's not even she's not a Texas, or she's not a programmer or a front-end developer, a back-end developer. She's an artist. She draws. But she was able to use tech to change her life. Some of us, we have amazing skills. Some of us, it's fashion. Some of us, we are very good at catering. You can start to use technology to reach the world. Right? It's not by force that, I must learn how to code, I must learn how to do this, or I must be a core Texas, right? Whatever that you have in your hands, start putting it out. Some of you are very, very good at creating videos. You're a very good voiceover artist, or you can make beautiful outfits, right? Start showing up with it, start showing up bit by bit. Even if people are not seeing, or people are not liking, people are seeing. A lot of people are seeing you. I recently got an opportunity at the beginning of this year, and the man, right, is someone in Germany. He has never, ever liked my post. He has never commented on my post. When he reached out to me, I said, how did you find me? We are not even connected on LinkedIn. He said, I saw you through your LinkedIn profile. Just imagine if I say, nobody's liking my post. Let me stop. Nobody sees me. Most opportunities, in fact, almost all, they don't like my post. They don't act like they see my post. Before you know it, people they are reaching out. So it might look like nobody is seeing you. Trust me, they are. And with time, you will see it, and you'll be glad you did not stop. We also have Blessing Habeng. She's someone that she's doing so well, right, in the tech space. She was a former co-founder of Ingressive for Good, which is a tech platform that teaches people tech skills. We also have Odu Hayo Hiwini. Who knows her? Who is she? Yes, founder of Piggyvest, right? And she's someone that inspires me so much. We also have Rotimi. We have a lot of women that are doing amazing stuff. And a lot of us here, right, a lot of us in the room, we are looking at this woman, right, we are looking at Mrs. Shefe, we're looking at the speakers, we're like, oh my God, I want to be like this. I already gave you strategies. Like she said, right, you could show up looking so glam, but do you know the work? God. Do you know the work? Oh my God. So please and please, we have amazing women in technology. You're not an exception, right? Next slide. I think I'm almost done with my slides. So after today, or right in this place, I want you to start reflecting. Where will you choose to show up consistently this season? You're not just scrolling, but you are also shining, right? Make up your mind. Recently, after the, was it not last week, I made up my mind I was going to do a 50 days challenge. I know why I'm doing it. People are like, Bolu, but you have followers. What are you looking for again? I know what I'm looking for. I know the visibility I'm looking for. I know the opportunities I'm looking for. You know what you are looking for. Where will you choose to show up consistently? Yours might be Instagram. Yours might be Twitter. Yours might be LinkedIn. I always preach LinkedIn. If you are doing Instagram, add LinkedIn by the side. Don't say I did not tell you. So, where will you choose to show up consistently this season? The second one, how would your future self thank you if you use your screen time to grow instead of drift? Ask yourself, if I should, this time that I'm spending on Instagram, I'm spending on Twitter. If I use this time learning my course, right? I'm learning digital marketing, I'm learning, front-end development, back-end, product management, right? How would your future self thank you if you use that screen time to grow? You are using that time to grow. And let me tell you, the learning phase is the hardest though. Very, very hard. You'll be like, I just want the job. But stay there. Right now, we have a lot of techies that are saying, oh, there's no job. Most of the time, the learning phase, they were rushing. I just want to get the job fast. But you can't skip that part of learning. You have to sit down and learn, build capacity, that you come out there and you're excellent, right? So ask yourself this question. Instead of me to spend time on TikTok, if you have to delete TikTok, I told you I don't have TikTok on my phone. Even Instagram, there was a time I deleted it completely. I instantly downloaded it because I wanted to also start showing up a bit. I don't even have Twitter at all. The only platforms are Instagram and LinkedIn. LinkedIn first, then Instagram. So the next thing, what's one skill you commit to learning digitally before the year ends? Some of you don't have skills, and it's okay. But what is not okay is to leave here and not start learning anything again. Look at yourself, right? What are the things that you know how to do? Some of you know how to write. Some of you love mathematics. You would be a very good programmer. Some of you just have eyes for beautiful things. You love colors, design. Just start to have 2 by 2. For me, I started with front end, right? And for a while, it was not even front ending at all. But I still continued till I found my platform, till I found what I was meant to do, right? And how did I find what I was meant to do? I didn't find what I was meant to do by sitting down and waiting. Oh, let me wait, let me try to see. No, I still continued. It was on the process. It was while I was going, while I was moving. That was when I found clarity. A lot of us will wait till we are able to find the clarity on the spot, right? You keep like, God, please show me, let me see. And God will say, oh, my daughter, learn front end. You are playing, no? So what's one skill that you commit to learning, right? You don't have to wait till you have it all figured out. You don't have to wait till you know exactly what you want to learn. If there's something that you have right now, maybe a friend can teach you. You have a friend, you stay together, and the person is like, I'll teach you. Stay there and learn it. Another is, what story about your journey deserves to be heard, but you are too scared to tell? Some of you, the reason why you are not showing up is because you are scared. What will people say? What are people going to say? You're not doing it for anyone, right? You know the reason why you're doing it. You know why you're showing up. You know what you want. People will not understand, but you understand. So you have stories. A lot of us here, my story is different from your story. We have beautiful stories, every one of us. And one of the most beautiful things for me is to show up authentically, right? Show up as you are. You don't have to fake anything. And just like she said, that doesn't mean you will not show up with excellence. While you're showing up as you are, right? Even if you don't really have a good phone, you don't really have, but when you do it, people will still stop and be like, who is this person? Be authentic. There's something that makes me different from you, and there's something that makes me different from you. Yeah, and you different from me. So ensure that you find it. Right. Next slide, please. So like I said, just like I've been saying, to women who can use technology not just to survive, right? Not just to scroll and laugh, but what? To serve, to lead, and to shape the world. Thank you.
Come on, you can